I started creating content 4 years ago, and I started off on YouTube, and then I moved over to Instagram because short form content became a really popular thing. I helped a bunch of short form creators grow on Instagram and build an audience, and then I did so for myself. So in today's video, I'm going to break down how you can dominate the algorithm and how the algorithm works, and 5 rules that you can follow that will allow you to basically manipulate the algorithm and force it to show your videos to other people. And I always say you need to see the algorithm like a game. If you don't know how to play the game or the rules of the game, then how on earth are you going to be good at the game? And once you know how the game really works, you can bend the rules into your favor, giving you a better chance of you actually winning or defeating the game. So first off, we're going to start off with the algorithm and how the algorithm works. And obviously we're doing short form videos. So it starts off with your video, you just posting your video, right? And as soon as you post your video, Instagram sends that video out to a small batch of people to watch the video. And you know, this is my small batch of people. So they send it out to the small batch of people. And there's metrics that they measure to assess whether your video is good or not. And the main 2 metrics are going to be average view duration, which is basically your watch time, AVD. And then it's your shares, replays, saves. Now, I need to understand the main reason that any platform wants you to post videos is because they want people to stay on their platform for as long as possible. So if your average view duration is high, that means these people that see your video are still on the Instagram platform, which is a good sign for Instagram, because then they can be shown more ads and Instagram makes more money. So the higher your average view duration, the better. Now, these other metrics such as shares, replays, and saves, they're prioritized over likes and comments. What the fuck is that? Apologies for that. What the hell was that, bro? And the reason that these shares, replays, and saves are prioritized over comments and likes, and it's because some people save a video and don't like it. Some people comment and don't like it. And shares, replays, and saves indicates to Instagram that one, if they share it, the video is valuable. If they replay it, the video was so good that you want to see it again. And if you replay it, the average view duration is even increasing, meaning you're staying on the platform for longer. If you share the video, other people, you're bringing them onto the platform. When you save the video, it shows that you're intending to go back to it and the video is good or valuable or useful. So they prioritize that video being pushed out. Now, if you have a lack of view duration, an average view duration, and if you have a lack of shares, replays, saves, then the video basically dies. How do I draw a skull? I'm not an artist. Oh my Jesus. You guys need to allow me. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys if you watch my previous videos, completely different space, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, so the video will completely die. Now, if your metrics are good, average view duration, shares, replay, replay, saves, then the video gets pushed out to more people. Now, going back to the small batch of people, if you're one of those creators and your videos are stuck below like 500 views, this also applies to TikTok as well, because I know the TikTok algorithm works very similar. If your video is stuck below 500 views, you have a problem with your average view duration, shares, replays, or saves. People do not like your videos. That's why you're stuck below 500. Now, moving on to the second batch. If your video gets pushed out to the second batch, you've passed the first phase. You know, people have shown interest in your video. They like it. They've shared it. They've possibly saved it. They've possibly replayed it. And then the same thing happens. If the majority of these people, let's say majority of these people like the video will continue to get pushed out to more. And this cycle just repeats and repeats and repeats. Now, the cycle can die at any time if people are deciding, yeah, I don't like this video. Let me draw another skull. I don't like this video. This video is not for me. I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to save it. In fact, I'm not even going to like it. And they just move on. Then that video can die at any time, at literally any stage. Now, I don't know how many stages Instagram actually puts this through, but I'm pretty sure it's about 4 or 5 stages. Because if you really pay attention when a video is blowing up, it will go through stages of you know, real engagement. So I know when I post a video, I'd get the first initial boost of like, you know, if I get past 5,000 views in the first few hours, I know that video is going to get pushed out some more. Then it would go down for a few hours. There won't be any activity. Then boom, it would go up to like 50,000. Then boom, it will go up to like 200,000. And then that's when it goes into like, I would call it the final stage, where it's pretty much 500K plus, sometimes even 1 million. And then it just keeps going and keeps going. This is essentially how the algorithm works. I don't want you to overcomplicate it. It's literally this simple. Now, the most important thing is, now you know how the algorithm works, is how you can actually manipulate it, how you can dominate it, how you can basically crack the code to make Instagram push out your videos to more and more people. Because you're thinking, okay, the average view duration, I get it. The shares, replays, saves, I get it. But how do I actually do that? How do I actually make my videos shareable? How do I make people watch my videos? And I struggled with this 4 years ago. Like I was suffered, bro. I was suffered. So pay attention. So the first rule, and this rule is actually such a game changer. I don't use it for every single video, but I use it for some of my videos. And when I use it, I can tell the engagement just boost. My normal views, they jump up a bit. It's so good. I would recommend this to absolutely everybody. And it's to loop your videos, bro. And you've probably seen a bunch of creators do this. It's where the video ends on because on short form videos, when the video ends, it just replays straight away. So when the video's ending, they say a phrase, and then at the start of the video, it basically joins into one sentence. And the easiest way to do this is ask for a share. Ask for a share. And then join your last sentence and your hook together. A loop sentence, which I abuse, and it goes something like this. I ask for a share and then I go back into my hook. So let's say the hook of the video is, this is how you can dominate the Instagram algorithm. Now that will be the hook, but the last sentence of my video will be something like this. So share this video with a friend and tell them, this is how you can dominate the Instagram algorithm. So the start of the hook is this. And then the last sentence is, so share this with a friend and tell them that this is how you dominate that Instagram algorithm. Hopefully that's making sense. And the reason this works so well, one, you have a call to action, which is necessary in pretty much every short form video that you make. You have a call to action. That call to action is asking them to share. If they share the video, it's telling Instagram that it's a good video. First of all, this is exactly how you manipulate the algorithm, guys. It tells Instagram it's a good video. Then they're not even, a lot of the times, they're not expecting it to loop. And when people expect the video to end, they basically go on to the next one. But because they're not expecting it to end, they're like, oh, what else has he got to say? And it replays, they're going to be like, whoa, that's cool. Let me share this video with a friend. And one thing I learned is, as important as your hook is, the last sentence is also as important. So you want to end the video with a bang as well. And once you end, because they probably won't remember your hook, but they'll remember the last words you say. And if the last words you say are a bit dry or meaty, they're just going to be like, I guess it was a decent video. I'll just move on to the next one. And they probably won't share it. They'll like it, but that's about it. So that's rule number one. Absolute game changer. And if you're wondering how you can loop your videos, there's a bunch of videos online on how to do it. But all you need to do is, when you're recording, say your last sentence and your hook in literally one sentence. Maybe take a mini second of a pause between the last sentence and your hook. So if I was to say, so share this video with a friend and tell them that this is how you can dominate the Instagram algorithm. I'll say it in one sentence and leave a tiny little gap between tell them that this, that, and this. I'll leave a little gap between that sentence. And then in the editing software that you use, you just make a cut between that gap, and then you move your hook to the beginning of the video and leave your last sentence at the end, and then it will just loop around. And it's important that you keep it in one sentence and one recording, because it creates a smooth loop effect and it's really cool. So moving on to number two. And number two abuses human psychology, to be honest. And I also started abusing this once I realized how effective it is. If you go check on my Instagram reels, I start a lot of my videos with this. And it's negativity. It's negativity first, right? It's human psychology to just remember the negative stuff first. If I was to ask you, what's 3 bad things that happened last week? You'd be like, damn, you know, at work, my manager said this and it really pissed me off. Like, I don't understand why he would say that. If I was to say, tell me 3 good things, you'd be like, I don't know, I got home safe. I had a decent coffee. But if someone made you a bad coffee, you'd remember that shit. If it's a good coffee, you'd be like, good coffee, and then move on. A bad coffee, that shit lives with you. You'd probably even remember the person that made the bad coffee. You remember how it felt when you walked into the coffee shop, how long it took them to serve you, that kind of stuff. Negativity it's just human psychology or human psyche to just really focus on negativity first. So how you're going to use this to dominate the algorithm is start your videos with negativity. I use it all the time. It's you can call it FOMO or fear, but just start with negativity. Anything that's negative, fear and FOMO are also negative. One of my videos that went viral, I started it off. It was about Premiere Pro and 3 plugins. I said, never open Premiere Pro again until you try these 3 plugins. That video ended up doing like 800,000 views, a bunch of likes, a bunch of comments, a bunch of shares. And it's because, one, it's not a normal sentence that you'd hear, never open Premiere Pro again. Whoa. And the power word of never is just sick. But mainly, it's just negative. It's just negative. Most people will just be like, hey, here are 3 Premiere Pro plugins that you need to try. Okay, bro. But if I say never open Premiere Pro again, these plugins must be fucking good. It's just a negative start. And I'll do that for a lot of your videos, especially if you're struggling to get views, get likes, get shares. Being negative first will always capture attention. And moving on to number 3, it's the hooks, but not just the verbal hook, like, hey, never open Premiere Pro again. It's also the visual hooks, right? And you guys can search this for yourself. Humans process images, videos, whatever it is, 60,000 times faster than text. So when you show visuals in your hook, people will understand the video a lot faster than by the time you actually say your sentence. And I know a person that does this really well. It's Kane Calloway. He always does like the split screen effect. So he'll be in the lower half and then the visuals will be in the top half, right? And the reason this is so good, because normally we focus our attention right in the center of our phones. So when we see a split screen and there's basically half the screen taken up by this image and he's literally talking about the image or the video, we have a better understanding of it. I think it's an elite version of like a visual hook. Another way you can show a visual hook is by just using the full screen and using B-roll or using videos that you basically found on the internet, showing whatever you're talking about. Or you can put images on the screen, basically on the lower half, but not full screen. So if I was to basically show you, imagine this is your phone screen. This is the person talking. Their legs probably won't be in it. This is the person talking. That's a long ass body. Pause. You would put the visuals at the lower half, but not full screen. So they can look at it and the captions would be here. They can watch whatever you're showing them or look at it by still seeing your face and the words. Visual hooks are so important. And if you actually experiment with it, you would actually see the difference. If you use no visual hooks compared to using visual hooks, you'll see that your videos instantly get improved. Now, if you combine negativity, visual hooks, and then also looping your videos, I am so certain that your videos will get more views than it's currently getting right now. Especially if you're getting less than 500, bro, you're in for a shock. And the thing is, there's still 2 more rules that you can apply to your content to improve the videos and basically dominate the Instagram algorithm. And the 4th rule is talking in you format. And this is so important because we like things to be personalized to us. We like when people talk directly to us. I mean, a great example that Devin Jatto gave is, I'm not going to use his example word for word. Let's say you paid to go to a mastermind by Nero Knowledge? Would you prefer to go to a group mastermind where it's just giving a presentation, or would you prefer a one-on-one where it's talking directly to you? Everyone would prefer the one-on-one. You get to answer your questions. He's talking directly to your pain. And anytime we have a chance to get anything personalized or one-on-one, it's exactly what we would prefer, right? So when you're creating your videos, you want to address the viewer as you. You want to talk to them, to that person as you. And there's two ways that you can do this, right? Let me put the rule down. Remove plurals. And by remove plurals, it's simply, instead of saying everyone or people, you just replace it with you. So instead of everyone needs to try this amazing weight loss technique, you need to say you need to try this amazing weight loss technique. Because if it's everyone, you're going to be thinking, does this even apply to me? How can this possibly be for everyone? But if I said you need to try it, you'd be like, oh, me? Oh, bet. Okay. So that's removing the plurals, right? And that's for everything. It could be people, it could be everyone, it could be y'all, it could be you lot, it could be guys. Replace it all for you. Now, the second thing is ownership. A great example would be for this video. If I was talking about how you can improve content, you'd be like, okay, how to improve content. But if I was talking about how to improve your content, your videos, it's a lot more personal to you now. You care more because it's your videos, it's your content. You want it to do well. But if it's just content in general, you'd be like, oh, yeah, it's not so important to me, because that could be, my friend's content. It could be some random guy's content. It's not necessarily going to be mine. I don't know if that's going to improve mine, but if I said it could improve your content, it's your videos. So you want to give them the ownership. And this can apply to anything. Like, instead of saying, I know Devin gives the example of, do you like the dog? That's no one's dog. That's the dog. Or do you like your dog? It's your dog. It means more to you. I'm pretty sure it's a study where people value things that are theirs more. Or let's say I gave you this Apple Pen and I said, hey, this Apple Pencil is now yours. You're going to be like, oh, cool. Obviously, there's probably sentimental value or whatever, but it's yours, so you care a lot more. If you went to sell that Apple Pencil, you'd value it a lot more than if someone just said, hey, can you sell this pencil for me? This Apple Pencil. You'd be like, okay, cool. I'll sell it for 50. But if it was your Apple Pencil, you'll be like, damn, this worth at least 75. It's worth at least 75. This shit was good to me. But if it was your friend saying, hey, can you sell this for me? You'd be like, okay, yeah, £50. It's just an Apple Pencil. So give them the ownership. They'll care a lot more. And if they care a lot more, they'll actually watch your videos. And then moving on to number 5, and I didn't intentionally save this till last, but now that I think about it, it's actually very important to your videos. And this could make or break your videos, regardless if you follow the previous 4 rules or not. So the last one is broaden your video. Broaden your video topic. And I know some of you guys are going to comment about Gone and Killerware in the background. And also, thanks for all the love on my recent videos, man. You guys have been saying congratulations on 3,000 subs. We're at 4,000 now, so we're still growing. You lot are saying congratulations. You like the videos, stuff like that. If you have any videos you want to see, just let me know in the comments, and I'll try to produce that for you. So yeah, back to what I was saying. And one of my favorite ways to do this is, I don't know why I always go back to personal trainers or just weight loss people, but let's say you had a video topic and you want to help people lose weight, right? Instead of saying this is how you can lose weight if you are over 40 as your video topic and the whole video concept, you can just say, here's how to lose weight at any age. Now, everyone can watch that video. A 20-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 55-year-old can watch that video. But if you just said, hey, here's how to lose weight if you're over 40, it literally wipes out a lot of the population, right? Especially if you're doing it on social media. And this goes back to how the algorithm works. If, let's say you said, oh, here's how to lose weight if you're over 40, And for some reason, the people that watch your videos, they're not over 40. They're going to skip your video. They skip your video, you have bad view duration. They don't share it. There's no replays. There's no saves. Your video dies exactly where it is. Now, if you open up the topic, right? Where's that button gone? Now, if you open up the topic and it applies to more people, all of these people can watch the video, then your video gets pushed out to more people and more people and more people. And if you're also wondering, well, I'm a business owner, I'm trying to get leads, you know, I need to be targeting business owners. So I'm not going to be like how to make an extra $100,000 if you're anyone. I'm going to be targeting business owners on how to make an extra $100,000 if you're a business owner. And obviously you can do that. You're still going to get sales from it. But you need to think of it like, if more people see your video, it's a possibility they will share it with their business owner friends. They're probably a business owner anyway, and they're watching the video, so you're going to get leads from them. And now you got 2 ways of getting leads. And let's say you had 10% of 100,000 people sign up to your newsletter. Whereas if you niche down your video topic and you had 10% of 10,000, that's 1,000 people versus 10,000 people that sign up. That's a mad difference, bro. But a unique tip that you can use to complement this broaden your video topic rule is you broaden your video topic, but then as the video goes on, you get more niched about who you're targeting. So let's say you're doing the weight loss. Here's how to lose weight at any age. As the video goes on, you give specific examples for people that are over 40. Now the people that are over 40, they're listening in and they're like, okay, this is exactly how it applies to me. Yeah, man, this person's giving real advice for me. That's good. That's good. And the people that aren't over 40, they'll be like, oh, this video will be really good for, I don't know, my family member, my cousin, my friend, whatever it is. So that's all the rules, guys. I ain't gonna keep you here longer, but I promise you, if you apply all these 5 rules, you'll dominate the Instagram algorithm. Heck, you might even dominate TikTok algorithm. But I've literally given out so much free value, I feel disgusted. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.